What is up, my guys and girls of YouTube? It is your boy Justin Omoe, and kind of following up the video I did on how to pretty much make the beat on your keyboard, these little drum pads, work with channel racks. I also want to talk to you guys and girls about the faders, or how to record automation with your MIDI devices, and yeah, the whole shebang with FL Studio and automation. It's your fault I got fur in my nose. What do you gotta say, Winky? What do you gotta say? Winky? What do you have to say about that? She pleads no contest. Okay, fine. I'm also gonna explain to y'all why, if you are serious about mixing and or mastering, stem mastering and stuff like that, why you should get a DAW controller like this one. I'll be showing you how to record automation and pretty much the whole deal with it, how to merge clips, automation, and yeah. But before that, make sure you hit thumbs up to support your boy, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to stick along and see more tips or more videos regarding music and me. Once I throw this female genitalia out of the room, we'll go into the computer. Oh! Hey, okay. No. Oh, God. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. So here we are in the FL Studio, and if you want me to hit play, then I will do this. This is from the homie Zay Trills. Check him out on Spotify. I got links in the description. I guess I'll just play around here.
I'ma pull up on a nigga right now, cause a nigga gon' slide through the gate. I'ma pull up on a nigga right now, cause a nigga not getting no pay. I make a deal with a nigga, he pay me $1,000 a raise. If I pull up every day, off white on a nigga, cause he drip too basic.
Okay, yeah, this is the song Boost off his latest album right here called Deity or Deity. Deity. So please check him out, hit support, show support. And if you guys and girls need support, aka mixing and or mastering, hit me up for support. JustinOmoe.com. And yeah, all the information is there. But enough plugging ourselves in, let's just show you what you came here for. First of all, if I move these faders, okay, we got one that is moving, okay? And you see it's a blue light. But if I were to move this one here, 2, 3, we have green, okay? This green up here on the top left means I know you're doing something with the keyboard. I just don't understand. I'm not reading a signal to change or adjust. So even with the pitch wheel, modulation wheel is green. So first of all, let's say for example, I want to adjust the lead vocal. All right, we all know what the lead vocal is. I'm gonna right click the fader, go to link to controller, and I'm gonna adjust the second one. Since we already got something on the first one here, and you can see the second one I put on the lead vocals. Third one, let's say the reverb, you know, because it's a reverb send. Let's go to link to controller, and now we have the lead vocal, the vocal reverb, which I totally screwed up, haven't I? Okay, so I can see the 808 is on track number 34, so I'm going to right click U, link to controller, and we're going to put it on, I don't know if I use 4, so I'll just do 5. Okay, of course, so right click, link, 24. So now I have 4 different faders moving here. You can see, you can barely see it there now. You're in my way. Here, go on the back of my chair. So this is how you pretty much link the faders to, you know, the inserts that you want. If you want it on a permanent structure, like how I moved the first one, it was there. If you right click, you can see something called override generic link. Now this is generic link pretty much says, hey, anytime this function is here and you got this keyboard, it's plugged in, and you saved your template, whatever, this will activate that X, Y, Z, or whatever it may be. What I want to do now is pretty much record the automation. So I'm gonna go right here where the meat and bones of the song is, and I will want to make sure that automation is selected here. I right click the record button to see it is. I'm hit the record button, and then what I'm gonna do next is pretty much hit the play button, and yeah, I'm in the mixer. There you go. I guess you gotta make sure you're in the mixer window, huh? No, it works with the other ones that I linked, but not the override generic one. Interesting. So finally, I'm gonna hit the play button and then start recording. I just realized we're starting from the beginning. I didn't want that. All right, take 2, right here.
on a nigga right now cause a nigga. I'ma pull up on a nigga right now cause a nigga not getting no cake. I make a deal with a nigga, he pay me $1,000 a raise. If I pull up every day off white on a nigga cause it drip too basic. I'ma pull up on a nigga right now cause a nigga gon' slide through the gate. I'ma pull up on it.
Okay, so I should have, which I do have here, the automation clips. Now you may notice, like, what the hell is this type of format right here? This is called an event clip, okay? You could still, if I were to hit play, you would still see the faders move. I'm gonna just have it here so you can see it like that. But I hit play and you can see that the faders are moving, as you know, I just mentioned. So you technically are good there as event clips if you want it like that, but you could change them into automation clips, which honestly I wish FL Studio just did that altogether. So this is how one of the clips look, the 808 one. I'm just gonna make sure I'm selected on the one I want. I mean, you're gonna do it all of them. Click this arrow, right click or whatever, edit. Oh, not right click, and then turn to automation clip. Next thing you get is something called decimate. Now decimate in a nutshell is the higher you go, the less points you have. So it's gonna like destroy points to make things smoother, less CPU intensive per se. If you drop it all the way down, you'll get regular. I can't really give you a best example there. I'll zoom in next time and show you. Maybe we'll get something better. But you can see that I had the threshold all the way down, and we have 67 points in this file right here. To edit, turn to automation clip, and look at the points once I erase the decimal or decimation. You could barely see it down there, but you see this little slope? Yeah. You can see it's pretty much shortening these amounts. So in this case, let me just put this all the way up. And we are left with 37 points right there. Could I Control Z that? Yes, I could. And then I will go to File, Edit, Decimate, or Automation. So what did I say, 67 as opposed to 66? What? There we go. Take two, Edit, Automation Clips, put the threshold all the way up. Instead of 66 or 67 that we had there, we now have 37. So you can see what the decimate does. If you want it more natural to what you played, lower that threshold. If you want to make it smoother, put it up. Yeah. So I'm going to rinse and repeat for the last two here. I'm just going to click here, click the pattern, go to edit this, and we are going to play with big numbers. I'm left with 4 automation clips right here. This one I touched at the end. And again, if I were to have these active and hit play, and you'll look at the playlist or the mixer, hit play, you can see it's moving. So that's pretty much how you create automation clips with the faders on the keyboard. Now let's say, hey, you want to punch in or you want to overlap recording that you already did, one of these automation clips. We could do that. We could do that. So I'll just hit record, and for the sake, I'll just hit play here too. And let's just start like same spot, doesn't matter. And I'm gonna adjust the 808. Hopefully I know which one the 808 is, and we'll see.
Pull up on a nigga right now cause a nigga. I'ma pull up on a nigga right now cause a nigga not getting no cake. I make a deal with a nigga, he pay me $1,000 a raise.
Okay, so right there I just did the other event clip, and this is for the 808. I'm gonna double click, and as you saw, I went up and down, up and down, up and down, and we got up and down right here. File, edit, turn to automation clip. Yes, decimate, no, because we want to enjoy all these points, 93. This is the next tip I want to show you, is how to merge these two clips together now. So instead of having just one or two automation clips separate, which honestly it will work out too. So if we were to go into the mixer, hit play. All right, let me just as you see, we had the fader move with both of them, but let's say we want to merge them. I'll show you what to do right now. So you're going to want to make sure that there is a point at the end of each of your clips. So you can see here in the beginning, we do have a clip point. For this one, if I want to have it start right here, I'm going to want to make sure that there is a point at the end of this clip right here, of this piece. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the snap off, and I'm going to wing this. And if I screw up, then I will quantize. But there's my point. If I screw up, you'll see. It's really, I think it's really like precise about this thing. And I'll actually do this. I'll just put this right here, put it on bar, not bar. I'm gonna put it on 1/4 of a beat. And you can see I'm gonna just put a point right there, cut it just like that. And even on this one, I'm just gonna point a point there and hope that we could do this right the first time. If not, then, you know, we'll fix it. You don't have to be on the same line, but you do have to highlight them. Go to this arrow, go to edit, and then go to merge automation clips. And yeah, so you see we got the little doozy right here. It says, hey, you need a point at the beginning and the end of each of the clips that you want to merge. So that's where you gotta, and you see it unhighlights this. So it means, hey, this is the problem track. And of course, we were not so specific. So I'm gonna cut this right here, just like this, on the line. I'm gonna create a point right there if I wanted. Kind of screwed that up, didn't I? There you go, it kind of looks regular. And I'm gonna make another point here on this line. So now we are perfect. So if I were to merge it again, by the way, merge Control-Alt-G, you'll see we have a merged track right here. Once again, that is Control, Alt, and G to pretty much do the edit merge, as you see right there. So that's how you merge the tracks in. Now, my last thing I want to talk to you guys and girls about is, again, the, where'd it go? Last thing I want to talk to y'all about is this DAW controller and why it's so necessary, especially if you want to do automation, to use one of these when it comes to automating volumes in the track or faders. If you like, excuse me. So here I have the Icon Platform M. I'm going to power it on. Move your tail before you get more fur ripped off. Watch your foot. Good girl. Now you can see that I have all the, you know, faders right here. If I were to hit select, you can see I'm on insert 1 here, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. I'm gonna go over to where the what's the shit called? The 808 is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flip through my banks till I see 34, which is this one right here. You can see it's selected. And if I were to just unmute, you can see it there. I'm gonna hit play, and we're gonna look at this 808 again, and you'll see why it's so necessary or useful to have this automation, you know, DAW controller. I didn't do anything. Yes, of course, sniff. Move. Get down. Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down. Stay. So as you saw right there, it's really critical to have one of these when you're doing automation, especially like if you want to merge, as we were talking about. Instead of like starting at a little jump cut here, as we saw with the last one, what's gonna happen is it's gonna start where, you know, the fader moves to. So if I'll example this, I'll hit record. Wait, which one is this? Okay, so it is down here for some reason or the other. Yeah. I'm gonna hit record, I'm gonna hit play, and you'll see I'll overdub it. Okay, so I just caught it and I moved it. Now if you look here, I don't know if you'll get down. I don't know if it'll yeah, you can actually see it right here. How well this point started there to overdub it. So once again, double click, or if I go into the event for it, no. Turn to automation clip. Don't care about decimating here. And speaking of which, look how smooth and nice these points are. Wow, beautiful. With these, you get more precision, I'd say. And you can see we have about 159, 160 points. How many points with this? No, 352. Damn, son, how about that? But like I was saying, we could overdub it now. And if I were to drag and drop it, you can see that the point is exactly there. That's why it's so, you know, good to have a DAW controller, because you'll start or you'll re-record where you leave off if you want to re-record an automation. And once again, let's just go ahead and, you know, overdub it. So in this case, I'll just go ahead and just click this. I really hate doing this part the most. All right, screw it. Since we're right here, I'm just gonna cut it from here. Like, you could do it if you want from the other spot from the beginning, but for sake of simplicity, I'm just gonna do it right there. Make a nice cut there, and we're gonna just wave off. And over here, kind of like in the same position. So I'll just copy this point, and then we'll paste there. And this one, I think we're good there. If not, we'll just put in a point after. So I'm going to cut that position. So yeah, like I was saying, right here, just gonna highlight it, Control-Alt-G. Hey, it worked nicely. But you can see how the difference between using that MIDI controller, you got little stipple points or whatever. Unless I decimated that, I'm not sure. But look how smooth and beautiful these lines are. Let's just decimate it real quick. Articulator, decimate points. So for those who didn't know, or if I didn't mention it, yeah. So you can see we're turning that curve into more linear, kind of like what sample rate does. Is it sample rate? Yeah, sample rate. But you can see we're making smaller points here, if we would like, and we'll see. You know, now we don't have, what was it, 300 something points, even when merged. So yeah, that's pretty much it right there. And oh my god, just another reason to not have you in this room, huh? Look at the camera. Look. All right, she's gonna attack my stuff, and I got fur all up in my nose again. But that's gonna conclude today's video. This is how to record and merge your automation clips with both the MIDI controllers. So if you do have like faders on your MIDI device, it could be something like this MPD pad. You can see I have faders here as well. Or on the DAW controller, as well as how to merge the clips, create the clips, convert the clips, whatever clips, automation clips, Eclipse. If this video was helpful to y'all, let me know by hitting that thumbs up button, as well as hitting subscribe if you want to stick along with your boy. Please comment down below something. But yeah, with that said, I'm gonna evict you from my house, and I will see you guys and girls later. So yeah, it's your boy Justin Omawi, and with all said, peace. I'm out, and please have yourselves a damn good one.